At Doida Crow Legal, we're a corporate law firm that helps businesses finance, grow, and buy and sell businesses. And oftentimes the entrepreneurs we represent come in the form of fund managers, which is why we have put on this private fund forum this year. At the private fund forum today, you're going to learn how to increase your B2B sales for portfolio companies. You're going to learn about the regulations and the life cycle of a private fund. You're going to learn about the back end part of a fund, how you're going to administer and comply with all the auditing and KYC compliance. And you're also going to learn about how to raise your fund the right way.
So, private funds is really just kind of pooling capital to buy. In this case, and what we're talking about is pooling capital to buy securities, buy interest in companies, buy interest in tradable securities, anything like that.
Today our audience is full of new fund managers, deal makers, investment bankers, and other service providers like registered investment advisors and fund admins. And they're going to learn about cutting edge strategies for forming, raising your fund, and complying with all the laws involved with a fund. Subscription documents are what the investors are signing to make their investment, and they make certain reps and warranties and things like that in there. The subscription agreement really says, I'm a accredited investor, or I meet some other standard that you might need for this. People are going to walk away from this event today with a blueprint on how to start a private fund and how to operate that fund and how to make better decisions along the way when they're deciding how to structure and finance their fund.
Raising funds is the lifeblood of any fund. Obviously, you've got to execute a strategy, but to get there, you've got to get capital through the door. And what we've seen with the 5 or 6 funds that we've worked with over the years is that the best ones really prioritize those people that can raise capital, and those people have unique and important relationships. Not anybody can knock on the door and get in front of CalPERS. And so the folks that can want to be incentivized with upside.
For example, people are going to learn about how to comply with the Securities Act when they're raising funds, and then how to comply with the Investment Advisors Act and the Investment Company Act as they're operating their fund. Also, people are going to walk away with information on how to hire a broker-dealer or how to use a broker-dealer in raising their fund and paying commission-based compensation.
So we have a lot of good advisors, have good strategies, great intentions, but you have to have this attention to detail, and you have to think through each of the parts of the fund.
The future of AI is the AI talking to the salesperson, telling her or him, these are the people you need to reach out to. These are the gaps in power within these organizations.
And if you have a longer term view of how you're setting this up, it's not just a one-time thing. If you can look at it like you're building a reputation, you're going to do really well. That is the way to approach doing these types of funds.
The variety and depth of the speakers we have today are going to provide you with insights that you're going to use on day one. We have people who have been through this. They're coming in with war stories. They're going to tell you how it's done, the mistakes that they made, so you don't have to make those. We plan on hosting another event, so please join us next time, where we'll be sure to have another round of great speakers who are going to provide you the insight and the depth of knowledge that you need to run and operate your private fund.